Now, as we transition into the next phase of this section, starting in verse 11, you'll notice that the Lord introduces Enoch and the city of Enoch in verse 12, where they had been separated from the earth and they've been reserved. They've been set apart. This city that they then call Zion. The Enoch went to all this work to build Zion, but they're separate. So there's a whole bunch of bad stuff going on out in the world around them, but they're safe. They're gathered.
And what's beautiful about the word, the meaning of the name Enoch, it means dedicated. Think about all the ways we use that word. We dedicate temples. We dedicate chapels. We might dedicate a grave, or we dedicate our lives. And what I love about this is that Enoch was dedicated to building Zion. So it's interesting that here in the early church, the saints are learning about Enoch, they're learning about Zion, and they're learning about the dedication that is required for us to be able to make a Zion community.
Love that. So Enoch's efforts were to go into this environment that wasn't great, and he invites people to leave the world and the stains and the soils and the struggles of the world and come to Zion, come to the safe place in this covenant. And you'll notice how he describes it in verse 13. These people confessed they were strangers, or the footnote tells you sojourners, and pilgrims on the earth. There comes this time where you look at all of the terrible things going on in the world at large, and you feel like you're a stranger, like a sojourner, a pilgrim on the earth, trusting in God. But, verse 14, they obtained a promise that they should find it and see it in their flesh. That promise is the whole message of the restoration of the gospel in the latter days, is to build Zion in the whole world. And we gather to the safe place, which is the stakes of Zion. That's how God does his work today, is to gather us into the fold with the body of saints, wherever you live and wherever you may move throughout your life.